Music and art, it's not owned by the people who make it. It's like food. It's for sharing. Those of us who devote ourselves to creating art and things, actually we're just vessels for this thing that's so much bigger than us. My name is Farah Elle, or Farah Elle, and I am a singer-songwriter, and I love to use the arts for social progress and change, and to mostly just get all these feelings off my chest. I am a singer-songwriter. I sing and I play the piano. I also give music and wellness workshops. So I strongly believe in using music as a tool for healing and for self-care and social change and progress. I play a lot of shows as well. There's a couple of projects I'm really excited about actually that I'm working on. One of them is working with my bandmates over the past year or two. Our band is called La Puissance de quelque chose, which means the power of whatever. And we just have that approach of, whatever, get in the room, play the music, and don't tell each other what to do, just do it. So that's really exciting me because we're gonna just keep bringing that energy and that music to spaces that we feel need it the most. And another one I'm really excited about is a project called Breaking the Ice that I'm doing in Berlin. I'm from Libya originally. So the whole point of that is to get a dialogue going amongst the Libyan people because of all the war that's been going on and all of the division. There's a project, well, many projects actually, devoted purely to uniting the people and getting them talking over art and music rather than violence. I'm an optimist and a realist, so I have a way of looking at things that is, yes, I like to focus on progress. I'm also very aware of the reality of the situations, and when it comes to the art scene in Ireland, if you're asking me if I think it reflects on the reality, the first thing that kind of came to my mind was clicks. So if we're going to say, does it reflect on the reality of the Irish scene in the way that it's clicky? Then yeah, but that's without throwing shade on it because people form communities and that's cool. It's just important to share the space and to make everyone feel welcome. I will say it always comes down to little things. So for example, when I was first starting to gig, I wasn't expecting to be paid loads of money for my first ever gigs. So it's fair enough to need to build a little bit of experience at the start. However, I think being paid in, for example, pints is not very inclusive either because what if you're a devout Muslim and you don't want to drink? So if you're going to get 10 pints as payment, why not the price of those 10 pints, or just cover your transport and maybe just give you a sandwich, so there could be a little bit more nurturing, I would say, within the scene. And I always just think there's always room for improvement when it comes to making people feel welcome and making the space more open and welcoming. Because music and art, it's not owned by the people who make it. It's like food. It's for sharing, and it's also really important that we don't see ourselves as the creator of this thing. Those of us who devote ourselves to creating art and things we're just vessels for this thing that's so much bigger than us. Last night, I started thinking really deeply about self-worth and how important it is actually to build our self-worth before we go into the world of selling ourselves or giving ourselves, because it's very important not to lose that sense of worth. And it's different to self-esteem actually. It's a thing around value and the value of who we are and our time and our energy and our money and all these things, Because what happens, I think, with the music industry, for example, there's a level of urgency that happens for emerging artists where they think they're gonna get like a big break and that it's all down to like must do this, have to do this, and missed this chance. And I just think that all of that is kind of not even really being very kind to ourselves. So I think it's really important that people develop a strong sense of self-worth before they decide to give everything, because it's really, it's just really important, and that's been on my mind because I'm working on that.